I'm about to lose my brain stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put 2 dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coon. The white man will go nuts if he cash you. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make sense.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations, I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
I'm getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation.
Queen.
Touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I won't always smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets. We only facing the threat.
This is the sound of Jeannie Mai and Jeezy.
It's a cut on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets. We only facing the threat. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece. This time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine, you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine, you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got
This is the sound of Jeannie Mai.
All right, hello, excuse me, hello everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the to the Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur TV show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your morning wake-up call. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click this notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. All right, and if you don't like what the Queen is cooking, you already know, exit stage left. No need to announce yourself on the way out. Okay, just exit the virtual building. For the rest of you, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr._AShakur, TikTok at Dr. Shakur, Twitter at DGoddess27. All right, shout out to Claudette, Silent D, Stacy, 504 Nola, Kajima, excuse me, Timber Jan, Courtney J, Aboriginal Woman, Mr. Elevation, Eileen, Monica said just in time. All right, foodies in the house, all hell nah, the lovely T, Eduardo, G from the land. Listen, shout out to all of you who do your due diligence and follow both channels so that if something happens to the main channel, you know that I'll be on here. All right. Hey, Eileen, Carmen. And so with that all being said, we're about to get into it. We're about to get into it, beloveds. Hey, one who cares. I haven't seen you in a minute. RG Titan, Stacy, Sarah is here. All right. Shout out to my moderators putting in work. Shout out to everyone in the chat and everyone tuned into the Queen. I see you, RG Titan. So with that all being said, hey, Danielle, salaikum salam to you, beloved. Pauline is in the house. All right, all the way from the UK. December is here. Oh, one who cares says school is out. Okay, beloved, I got you. Hey, Christy, one love. All right, so let's get into it. Now, y'all know what time it is. And if you don't, I'm about to tell you. It's petty time. Okay, I'm about to be real petty before I get started. Pay attention. Hey, Edward, H-Town to Cali is here. I feel like I'm losing my voice. Hey, Sandra. Okay, so listen. Now, my hater, hashtag wig number 2, said something about, oh, I don't care if people use my stuff as long as they shout me out. So, hey, that crazy bitch, Eric's Monica in the house. Okay, said she doesn't care if people use her stuff as long as they shout her out. First of all, I used her stuff once, and I shouted her out twice. I just want y'all to pay attention. Now, I'm going to have to show my receipts because I keep telling y'all that I shouted this girl out. This girl is just a hater. Now, if your only qualm is if somebody uses something of yours and doesn't shout you out, then why are you mad at the Queen? Why I gotta be an old drowning rat? Isn't that what she called me? I look like a drowning rat? Why do I have to be a hamster? She went in on me, honey. She said I look like a drowning rat, honey. Y'all pay attention. My feelings is hurt. Hey, Monty, Nessa G, H-Town to Cali. I already said you, okay? Y'all gonna let her talk about the Queen like that? It's just little old me. I was just over here running my own black business. Nessa G said you shouted her out several times. Thank you. I sure did. Hey, OG Patrice. All right. Eduardo said you look great, Queen. Thank you, beloved. Yolanda in here says blessings to the Queen in chat. Blessings to you, beloved. That crazy bitch Aries says someone is clearly pressed. Okay. Now what she better not do is mess around and tick off that crazy bitch Aries. Okay. Because that crazy bitch Aries got my back. All right. And I think her name speaks for itself. So she needs to sit down somewhere. But hold on. I'm about to share my screen so you all can see, because I got my time stamps. See, here's the thing. When you say I copied your stuff, please show time stamps. Where the time stamps? Anybody can sit up here and say anything. But where's the proof? But anyway, I digress. G from the land said, that's correct, Queen. Okay. Now I'm going to show y'all this, and then I'm going to show y'all where she copied the Queen again. Like, girl, sit down somewhere. All right. I don't know why people be trying me, honey. I don't know why. Okay, that crazy bitch Eric said, you know, that's right. Okay. Hey, Yolanda. Bronx Flat Power God is here. Okay, so let me go and show this receipt so I can move on, honey, because y'all know I should not be sitting for being petty, but I just can't help myself. It's the Pisces in me. Pay attention. Pay attention. Now, I have 2 receipts, so let me make sure I'm pulling up the right one first and foremost. Okay, here we go. To the entire ordeal before Burns ended with his final thoughts on why irresponsible. So that's what Burns said. Okay, so now I'm going to show you a couple of videos. One of them is a video that has recently resurfaced with Diddy kissing his mother in the mouth and saying some things that I thought were very, well, he said something that I definitely thought was inappropriate, okay? He said something that I thought was inappropriate. To be saying about your mom, like that didn't make any sense to me. But I'm going to share this video. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. And I got this video from Tissa Tales. So shout out to Tissa Tales for this.
What's up, Mom?
Everything's good. Okay, so y'all saw that. I shouted her arse out because I literally did get that video from her. But she literally did get it from somebody else. So all I'm saying, did she shout them out, whomever she got it from? And as you can see, her watermark was on there. Now, the reason I bring that up, because the other video that I used, which I didn't get from her, I saw her using it and I wouldn't found it myself. Remember, her subscriber said, oh, you took her content and you removed the watermark. Girl, doesn't nobody have time to be removing no watermarks. It is never that serious, okay? It's never that serious. But hold on, I digress. Now, let me show y'all this second receipt. I don't want to have to keep addressing this, honey. Okay, but if Wig 2 says anything else about the Queen, baby, I'm really going to drop some receipts because I got receipts on her AIDS, okay? I got receipts, baby. I'm like Taharka Bay, honey. If I'm over here minding my business and you choose to mess with me and then specifically try to clown me and call me names, honey, I got all the time in the world to go dig up dirt and be petty. Yes, I do. Please, watch your step and watch your conduct, all right? That's all I'm saying. He's also a former stripper. Now, like I said, once again, shout out to Tissa Tales because she first had this video and then I went and dug it up, okay, after seeing her with it. Okay. I'm sorry. I say what now? How's she gonna call me a hater, boo? I gave you credit. I never said nothing about that woman until she started saying little stuff about me, calling me Nancy Drew and all that. But hold on. Now I'm going to show y'all where she copied me yet again. Now, I just told y'all days ago that she copied the stuff from my TikTok. And really, I wouldn't even say it's copying. I'm only saying that because that's what she said. But at the end of the day, she had the same stuff that was in my TikTok. She went and found it. Okay? To me, that's no different than what I did when I saw her with the video of the man in jail and I went and found it. Okay? Or when she talked about Ronald Burkle and me and Murad Morelli talked about Ronald Burkle. And then she said we both copied her. Girl, sit down somewhere. All right. And actually, I got it from Murad, not her. But let me continue. So anyway, since she wants to be petty, I'll be petty right along with her, honey, because I got time today. Pay attention. So all I'm saying, hold on, let me pull this up real quick. Now, you all remember that day when let me go to the timestamp. Hold on real quick. Let me go to the timestamp. 1 hour and 13 minutes. All right. You all remember that day when I showed the time, when I read you out a list of the black billionaires? when we were trying to figure out who Christian Keys was talking about. Okay, I just want y'all to pay attention. Then I'm gonna let y'all hear something. Y'all love it when I be petty, so don't complain now. The lovely T said, not another wig. Yes, honey. Yes, it's unfortunate, but yes. Now, look, like I told y'all, I'm so minding my own business. See, here's the thing. If you say something about me, and I know that you talk about me, and even you all know they're talking about me, just because you don't say my name don't mean I'm not going to go in on you. See, when you throw subliminals and throw shade, whether directly or indirectly, I'm still going to get on your ace. And I call names. Like I tell you, honey, I'm bold with it. I call your name. I don't have horror subs. Worth 1.8 billion. Is he black? He doesn't look black, but according to this article, he's black. And then you have Hold on, let me back it up a little bit. For years, okay? He goes in. So anyway, with that all being said, I just find it all very interesting. And Christian still has not come out and said who he's talking about. He's not come out and said who he's talking about. And maybe he will, as he said he would. But at the end of the day, there's only so many black billionaires, isn't there? There's only so many black billionaires. I mean, you got Oprah. Hold on. I'm going to go through the list. I'm going to go through the list of black billionaires. You got Robert F. Smith. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. I don't have to go any further. Now, y'all heard what I said. I said I'm going to go through the list of black billionaires. Now, watch this. Like Wig number 1 says, watch this. You know what Wig says? Okay, now watch this.
I ain't gotta wait for shit, because at the end of the day, he wanted us to play Scooby-Doo, so let's play Scooby-Doo. What it do? Nancy Drew. Y'all ready for this? Let's go into black. Let's ask Google black male billionaires. And I'm gonna read the comprehensive list of black male billionaires, and we're gonna see if anybody fits. Michael Jordan. Right? Robert Smith, which oddly enough, I have it upon information and belief.
Okay. I have it upon information and belief. Girl, you don't have any information about that damn man. Stop lying, okay? Stop lying. You don't have any information about that man. You just think that man is the person that he was talking about, okay? You just think it was him and Tyler Perry, okay? Please sit down. Please sit down, all right? Now, I'm sorry, honey, but the truth must be told. When you mess with the queen, honey, I promise you're messing with the wrong one. Because I'm like Will Smith. Do you all remember when Will Smith said if somebody's competing against him and it's only one or two things? If they say they're going to beat him on the treadmill, either he's going to get on the treadmill and they're going to get off first, or he's going to die on the treadmill, honey. That's me. You want to start some mess with the queen, honey. I'm sorry. Like Cardi B said, honey, we're going to be beefing forever. You want to try to clown the queen, baby, and it's no turning back now. That's why you should look both ways before you cross me. Because now I'm on your ace. See, I didn't even know who this lady was. I never heard of her. Okay? Till people started telling me, oh, she over there saying this, that, and the third. Then I started listening. See, she wasn't even on my radar. But now since you are, well, just deal with the consequences. Deal with the consequences, because I promise you, she keeps saying little stuff and throwing little shots. I'm going to drop those receipts. And it's not going to be cute. I promise you, it's not going to be cute. All right? Because I have other resources other than Google, baby. I can find out all sorts of things. Y'all see how I found out all this stuff on Wig, and it was all the fairies. I heard they had Wig on an episode of Unsung. After I got done with her. They had Wig on an episode of Unsung. Oh, Vince said Wig 1.5. Are you in the chat? Aboriginal woman said, I have never heard of her. I hadn't either, honey. I hadn't either, but you do not, I repeat, stand down. You do not want me to tell you what I got on you, girl. You don't want to do it. Sandy said Unsung, the Wig edition. King Tudor said they don't want it. Drop the link. Oh, honey, you know I will, honey. Aboriginal woman said, Queen, I just went back the other day and watched that funeral video. Carmen says she sounds stupid, okay? Sounds real stupid. Listen, let me tell y'all something. I'm going to have to revamp those videos. Not that you said you went back and watched that funeral. Now, that was hilarious. I'm sorry, but that was epic. I got to give it out. I got to shout myself out on that one. But let me continue. Okay, time to stop being messy. Let me focus. All right. Now, first off, let's talk about Jeannie Mai. No. I'm going to talk about her in a minute. Let's talk about Jonathan Majors and that nefarious verdict. Oh, my goodness. I was so perturbed. Now, Nessie X said, I can't either, beloved. Okay, or somebody who is at Timber Dance said, please replay the funeral one. Okay, now listen, I will too. Listen, how many of you felt like the verdict for Jonathan Majors was unjust? Once in the chat, if you felt like the verdict for Jonathan Majors was unjust, honey, because I was ticked off. But then I said, you know what? He has no one to blame but himself. No one to blame but himself, unfortunately, honey. I hate it for him, though. I really hate it for him. Just another way to bring another black man down. Just another way to bring another black man down. Everybody's putting ones. Yes, I hate it for him. He was doing so good, honey, at the top of his game in his career. And then, bam. But, you know, I don't know when some of these men are going to learn. I do not know when. Some of them are just going to learn, honey. All right, let me pull up my video. I did a TikTok about him yesterday. It's all nefarious. But, you know, I wasn't surprised with the verdict because I saw it coming from a mile away. I just hated it, though. So let me share my screen. Then we're going to talk about this. Nessa G said they just had to give him something negative. Hopefully, he will learn to stay with his skin folk. Okay. Nessie X says, stop messing with those Karens, period. Now, here's the thing. Yes, G from the land said Marvel dropped him. Yes, it's just all bad. You know, it's really unfortunate because he had his whole career ahead of him. Now, he's going to appeal, but I don't think that's going to change anything as far as his career is concerned. And, you know, I really fought the district attorney for this. I think he's just a hater. I don't even think he likes his own people. And I think he did all this by design. Because first of all, here's the thing. Why was this case even prosecuted? Who prosecutes someone and takes them to trial for a third-degree misdemeanor? Okay, it was like third-degree assault. Okay, it was a misdemeanor charges usually do not go to trial. They usually don't even go to trial. Okay? King Tudor, you're right. Said you can't touch those women. You sure can't. Well, he had to learn the hard way, unfortunately for him. Let me go to this video, and we'll talk more about it. Likes up, everyone. Please get the likes up. You all know they have the Queen Shadow Band, their nefarious selves. Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Ahmadiyyah Shakur. So by now, I'm sure we all know that Jonathan Majors was found guilty of the charges levied against him by Bryshere, his ex. With that all being said, is anyone surprised? I mean, we live in a country where a man of my skin tone will absolutely be found guilty if accused of something by a woman not of my skin tone, no matter what the evidence shows. Let's get into it.
Marvel movie star Jonathan Majors has been found guilty of harassment and assault of his ex-girlfriend back in March. Majors was charged with 4 misdemeanors, but was only found guilty of 2 of the 4 counts. He was acquitted on 2 others. Grace Jabari accused the actor of assaulting her in the back of a car after she saw a flirty text message from another woman on his phone earlier this year. Jurors at downtown Manhattan Criminal Court began deliberations on Thursday, and they reached a verdict of guilty.
So now Jonathan Majors has been fired by Disney's Marvel Studios after the actor was found guilty of the misdemeanor charges. But meanwhile, Amber Heard, who admitted to putting hands on Johnny Depp and also played in the 2018 Aquaman, well, she was fired from the sequel, but only because she had a lack of chemistry with Momoa. Okay, so they sent a letter to her attorney, Carl Austin, informing him of their decision. So she wasn't fired despite her being charged and convicted of the same type of thing that Jonathan Majors was charged and convicted of. And for those of you who missed it, in the recordings, Amber Heard admitted to hitting Depp. Heard is heard saying, "I'm sorry that I didn't hit you across the face in a proper slap, but I was hitting you. It was not punching you, babe. You're not punched." At the end of the day, unfortunately, I do believe this is going to bring about the end of Jonathan Majors' career as an A-list actor and a big-time superstar. He'll go on to do things, but likely there'll be small, minuscule roles, nowhere near what he's capable of doing. And that's a sad story. But, you know, the thing is this. Everyone of my skin tone is not a thug or a criminal, and everyone not of my skin tone isn't racist. But you have to be careful when you make your decisions because sugar and salt look exactly alike. And if you're not careful, you may confuse the two. You see, once you've tasted them and realized your mistake, well, by then, sadly, it's too late. Unfortunately for Jonathan Majors, he couldn't tell the difference between sugar and salt. I hate it for him. I hate it for him, honey, because it's all bad. Oh, so here's what they say. Marvel Disney dropped actor Jonathan Majors after he's convicted of assaulting his former girlfriend. Well, found guilty. So let's get into it. I'm going to share my screen. Hold on. This isn't the video I'm looking for. Hold on, beloveds. This isn't the receipt I'm looking for. Here it is, right here. I'm gonna share my screen so you all can hear what Good Morning America had to say about this.
Turn to a verdict in a Jonathan Majors case. The actor was found guilty of misdemeanor assault and harassment for attacking his ex-girlfriend and then promptly dropped by Marvel Studios. Our senior investigative correspondent, Eric Katursky, is here with the details. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning to you, Michael. Jonathan Majors did not appear to react when the verdict was read in court, but soon after, just minutes after, he learned what the conviction will mean for what was his budding career.
Not every version of me was so pure of heart.
This morning, actor Jonathan Majors' ascent in Hollywood halted as he awaits sentencing. ABC News parent company Disney saying Marvel is no longer moving forward with Majors after a jury found him guilty of domestic violence.
Jonathan, how do you feel right now?
Majors convicted of 2 misdemeanors for recklessly assaulting his then-girlfriend, Grace Jabari, in March, fracturing her finger and leaving her ear bloody. He was acquitted of assaulting her intentionally.
What happened exactly? Do you know?
No, I don't know. But she's unconscious.
Majors called 911 hours after the assault.
She's my ex-partner. We broke up.
Finding Jabari on a closet floor in their apartment, as seen in body camera footage from responding police officers. Hours earlier, Jabari testified she and Majors had been riding home in an SUV when he received a flirtatious text from another woman. Jabari said she snatched the phone, and Majors tried to pry it out of her fingers and twisted her arm before she felt a really hard blow across my head. Surveillance video showed Majors hopping out of the car, followed by Jabari. Majors then seen lifting her up and throwing her back inside before running off, Jabari chasing after him. Majors' team insisted Jabari attacked him, but said, "We are grateful the jury found Majors did not intentionally cause any injuries to her." Prosecutors said the assault was the culmination of a manipulative pattern of abuse. Jurors saw text messages that suggested Majors tried to dissuade Jabari from seeking treatment at a hospital for a head injury from a prior incident between them. And they heard a recording of Majors scolding Jabari.
How dare you come home drunk and disturb the peace of our house?
And instructing her to behave like Michelle Obama and Coretta Scott King.
I'm a great man. A great man. I am doing great things, not just for me, but for my culture and for the world. That is actually the position I'm in. The woman that supports me needs to be a great woman.
Jabari's attorney said in a statement justice was finally served.
And his lawyer said Majors still has faith in the process and looks forward to fully clearing his name. He's scheduled to be sentenced in February when, guys, he faces up to a year in prison.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Aaron. Let's bring in ABC News chief legal analyst Dan Abrams. Dan, what do you make of the verdict?
It was a split verdict, right? There were 4 charges. He was convicted of 2 of them, but a conviction is a conviction. And basically what this jury was saying is they didn't believe it was intentional. They didn't believe he was trying to hurt her, but his conduct was clearly reckless enough to rise to the level of being a criminal offense.
Are you surprised he didn't testify? Should he have?
Yeah, I mean, look, typically we talk about the fact that criminal defendants don't testify a lot. Case like this, I think it's more likely you see someone testify. But I think one of the reasons he didn't testify is because this is a case where he's thinking about the court of public opinion and the court of law at the same time. So anything he says on the witness stand is not going to be just used against him in a court of law, but could be used against him in the court of public opinion. I think he was betting on the possibility of an all-out acquittal without having to testify. That didn't end up working.
And Dan, as Aaron pointed out, he faces up to a year in prison. How likely is that to happen?
Very unlikely. I mean, look, it's unlikely he'll end up serving any prison time. We're talking about 2 misdemeanors here. Is it possible that there'll be a judge who'll want to throw in some jail time to make a statement, 30 days, 60 days? It's possible. But I think even that is unlikely. The most likely scenario is that he'll get no jail time at all. We shall see.
All right. Dan Abrams, always appreciate your analysis. Thank you.
Hey, let me tell you something. If I had been on that jury, I would have absolutely said not guilty. First of all, he was running from her. He was running from her. It's not like he punched her or any of that. Let me tell you something. She was putting on a whole show worthy of an Oscar. She was up there crying and all of that. I just want y'all to pay attention. You already know once a Karen starts crying, it's curtains for a ninja. It's curtains. It is curtains, okay? She sat there and started crying. But first of all, Jonathan sounded so crazy telling her that she needs to behave like Michelle Obama, Coretta Scott King. Are you serious right now? That could never happen, okay? That could literally never happen. Make that make sense. But anyway, if he wanted someone to act like Michelle Obama, Coretta Scott King, perhaps he should have gotten someone who looked a little bit closer to them. Please make it all make sense. All right, well, anyway, his career is down the dumps. I don't care if he wins the appeal or whatever. They're still going to look at him with a side eye. But see, they don't do that to their own people because, I'm sorry, how did Amber Heard even get hired for the sequel of Aquaman? I mean, she literally was caught lying on the witness stand. She lied on Johnny Depp and said he was the abuser when she was the abuser. Okay? She cut a piece of that man's finger off. I think she cut like the tip of his finger off. Remember the part when she was testifying how she got up there and took a poop on his bed like a dog? Y'all remember that? She is disgusting. Got up there and took a poop on a man's bed, if I'm not mistaken. She is sick, okay? And then had the nerve to tell him, admitted in the audio recording that they played while they recorded, because I followed that trial. I followed that trial because I'm like, this is all crazy. And she sat up there and they played their recording where she said, yeah, I hit you. I'm sorry I didn't give you a good slap in the face. But I didn't punch you. You're not punched, babe. That's what she said. You're not punched, babe. Yes, I hit you, but you're not punched. I mean, she admitted to all of it. I mean, it's all in the recordings. And then sat there and lied on the man. Told so many lies. It was all nefarious. But she still gets acting jobs. Please make that make sense. And not just her. There's plenty more of them that do the same thing. But anyway, I digress. Let's talk about it. Okay, an LGBTQ activist by the name of Kendall Stevens. Okay, Kendall Stevens or Steffens first came to Action News in August of 2020 after she was attacked by the city's Point Breeze neighborhood. Or in the city's Point Breeze neighborhood. Now, this person, I don't know their pronouns, but this person clearly has some nefarious allegations, is what I call them. They're clearly nefarious, and I'm going to share my screen so you all can see this. Now, from what I assess, the Pennsylvania Office of Attorney General filed the charges against 37-year-old Kendall. Kendall, you only 37? Oh, honey, life has been rough. But anyway. Life has clearly been rough at the end of the day. Kendall is only 37. Make it all make sense. And got more melanin than me. I don't know how this is even possible. There Kendall is right there. Now, Kendall is accused of SAing 2 minor children in September of 2023. This is all bad. This is all bad. Okay, so it says a prominent LGBTQ plus activist in Philadelphia was arrested on Monday after authorities alleged that she R-worded 2 young boys. The word that starts with an R and rhymes with ape. Okay, now the Pennsylvania Office of Attorney General filed the charges against 37-year-old Kendall Stevens. Philadelphia Police Special Victims Unit received reports of sexual assaults on 2 minors, 2 minor children in September of 2023. Stevens is charged with 2 counts of rape, incident assault, endangering the welfare of a child, corruption of minors, and other related crimes. A judge set her bail at $250,000, and her next court appearance is scheduled for December of 29. This is all terrible. It's all terrible. So I'm going to go to the footage. I'm going to go to the footage. Lights up, everyone. Please like and share.
Here, Philadelphia transgender activist identified as Kendall Stevens is now charged with sexually assaulting 2 children under the age of 13.
Action News reporter Annie McCormick, she's live for us outside police headquarters with the new details we're learning about this, Annie.
Yeah, Gray and Shari, disturbing details. Kendall Stevens was arrested today for the rape of a minor. Sources confirm that she is the same Stevens who is a prominent LGBTQ activist in the city. The state attorney general's office filed charges tonight against 37-year-old Kendall Stevens. The charges include the indecent assault against a person less than 13 years old, rape, unlawful contact with minors, sexual offenses, and endangering the welfare of children, parent, or guardian. Stevens came to Action News in August of 2020 after she was attacked in her Point Breeze neighborhood. She says she was targeted by a violent group for being a trans woman. Stevens then became a prominent activist for the LGBTQ community. She urged lawmakers to change Pennsylvania's hate crime statute to include protections for LGBTQ people. She is seen here in March of 2021 at a press conference launching District Attorney Larry Krasner's LGBTQ Plus Advisory Board. The board was created in part to be a source of information and resources for victims and survivors of crime within the community.
It means to me that the transgender population will finally get the support that we need from city officials that we really haven't gotten historically.
Sources tell Action News the charges are in relation to the rape of 2 young boys under the age of 13. Stevens remains in custody tonight. A spokesperson for the district attorney's office said in a statement, the investigation of allegations against her is being led by another agency, and as such, we have no comment.
Now, judge did set bail at $250,000. The next court appearance is scheduled for December 29th. Often, the state attorney general's office takes on cases from local district attorneys' offices if there's a conflict. For now, reporting live outside of Philadelphia Police Headquarters.
All nefarious as far as I'm concerned. All nefarious. Anyway, this is all crazy. RG Titan said disgusting and disturbing. Honey, I'll agree with that. Okay, I absolutely agree with that. Now, let's talk about Bobby Lytes. You all know who Bobby Lytes is? Don't tell me I deleted that darn. Hold on. Don't tell me I deleted it. Hold on, let me pull this back up. Hold on, beloveds. Now, I literally just had it. What email did I send it to? Let me double check. So, Bobby Lytes. Oh, Lord. Let me send this back to my email real quick. Hold on just a second. Because I want you all to see what Bobby Lytes had to say with his nefarious self. I do not like him, okay? I absolutely do not like him at all. I sure don't. Lights up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. So Bobby Lytes is Trina's cousin, Trina the rapper. That's all he's known for as far as I'm concerned. He got this part on Love and Hip Hop likely because Trina's his cousin. He's untalented and nefarious. Okay, I don't like him. Never did. But anyway, he had a lot to say about Christian Keys. And it's given bitter, and it's given that he just doesn't like heterosexual black men. That's what it's given. Okay? Because I see a lot of that going on around here. All right, I see a lot of that going on around here. Now, if a black man that's heterosexual was saying these things about Bobby Lyte, people say, oh, he's so homophobic. But it's okay for them to talk slick about heterosexual black men. I don't think so. Okay? I don't think so. Now, let me show y'all what he's saying with his low down, dirty self. He needs to take those fillers out of his cheeks because it looks ridiculous. That's all I'm saying. It looks ridiculous. Okay, now can you all see that? Please pay attention as I read it to you. This is what Bobby Lytes had the nerve to post. He said Christian Keys is a clout-chasing beast. First of all, Christian is a handsome man. How are you going to call him a beast with those fillers in your cheeks? But I digress. Boy, you either going to say the name or not. At this point, you think it's a game, and it's so clear you're loving the high you're on right now. Sit your ace down somewhere. We all know you're one of the girls anyway. It's giving somebody need money and they blackmail it, allegedly. Let me tell y'all something. This ain't nothing but toxic male energy, okay? I know he want to have feminine energy, but he got toxic male energy. I want you to pay attention. And here's the thing. Let me tell you this. Here's the thing. At the end of the day, hold on. All right, so anyway, I was talking to someone. So anyway, with that all being said, here's the thing. Now, he said all of that because he's upset, just like other fools are upset. That's right, I said it, fools. They're upset because Christian didn't come back and tell them who it was. He doesn't have to tell y'all anything. He doesn't have to tell y'all anything. And here's the thing that gets me. Some of these people, like my little hater, Wig 2, sitting up there trying to make all kinds of insinuations and implications because he had to come out and say who it was. He doesn't have to ever come out and say it. Okay, that's his prerogative. What gets me is the people who are so curious and pressed. They don't care about his mental health. They don't care whether or not he was traumatized. They don't care about what happened to him. The only thing they want to do is get clicks and views. So they're so pressed and mad because he hasn't said it, because then they can get them some views. That's all. They just want to gossip about it. That's all. Especially these little silly gossip bloggers like Wig 2. That's all they want to do. That's all they want to do. So they're going to sit up and try to clown this man. See, this is why some people don't come forward. This is why. Especially in the black community. Because I don't see white folk acting like this. I only see Negroes acting like this. That's what I see. I see black people doing this to other black people, trying to shame somebody, trying to act as if somebody doesn't say what they want them to say, and when they want them to say it, that they got to just go in on them. They got to criticize them. And then he's going to call that man Gwirl. Oh, we already know you one of the Gwirls anyway. See, that's the thing about some of these people like Bobby Lyte that ticks me off. You want to sit up there and try to emasculate and feminize a heterosexual, masculine black man, okay? Because he wants to go around here draped in fairy dust. But he want to sit up here and try to act like, that's the most disparaging thing they think they can do. It's called a heterosexual man what they are. You see, implied that that's what he is. He don't know anything about Christian Keys. He needs to sit down somewhere and go get those ridiculous fillers taken out of his cheeks and get that stuff taken out of his lips because he looks like a fool. Okay? He looks like Fraggle Rock, that's all I'm saying. He looks like Fraggle Rock. Dorada said, Alexa, play Bobby Brown's It's My Prerogative. Exactly. King G said, not fairy dust. Yes, fairy dust. That's right. I'm sure he sprinkles it all over himself in the mornings when he gets up. Teacup 67 said, draped in fairy dust. Yes, I said it. According to Jason, say it, Queen. I'm just saying he really ticks me off. Oh, hell no, I said, Fraggle Rock, I'm dead. Daniel said, not Fraggle Rock, Queen. As y'all can see, he ticked me off, honey, okay? He ticked me off, okay? Tiny Tim tiptoeing through the tulips. Yes, he is. He needs to sit down somewhere. Honey, if I get a hold to him, Trina's not going to be able to help him. Okay? Not going to be able to help him. Jim Henson ain't down for that. Not Fraggle Rock. Not Jim Henson. Okay? Internet Gula said, wait, Queen. I just got up. My stomach hurts. Dang, Bruno said, well, that was a blast from the past. Della said, Tinkerbell, anyone? Tinkerbell. Let me tell y'all something. But seriously, he needs to sit down somewhere. Everybody who is so pressed and trying to go in on Christian because they're mad because he hasn't told us who. Okay, now they're just trying to make all these insinuations. Honey, let me tell you something. At the end of the day, like I said, that's that man's business. If you're not going to support him, then you can keep your mouth shut. That's what you can do. You don't get to get mad at someone because they're not ready or they chose not to. And here's the thing. After he said what he said in the video, more than likely after the response and all of the accusations that people started just spewing out, okay, people who look like him, by the way, well, then maybe that is why he didn't come back and say anything else. I wouldn't have said anything anyway. I wouldn't have told y'all nothing, okay? People on social media don't care about nobody's problems. All they want to do is get some juicy gossip. That's the fact. Honey, you'll never see me sit up here telling y'all my business, honey. The walls could be crumbling down right around me, honey. I sit here and be smiling like everything's good. I wouldn't tell y'all anything because people on social media do not care about people's emotional, mental state, well-being, or any of that. All they want is just salacious stories, juicy gossip, and a whole bunch of negativity. That's what most people on social media want. I'm not saying everyone, but that's what the majority of people want. That's what the majority of people want. And they want to sit there and try to victim shame and blame people. Rather than them sitting there trying to criticize Christian. You know what I'm saying? Why can't they have a little empathy or sympathy? Make it all make sense. And then they wonder why some people don't want to come forward. That's why. And then they say, well, why did he wait so long? How come he hadn't been saying anything? Well, maybe this is why. Maybe this is why. And here's the thing. Let me tell you all something for the people who love to say, why didn't they say something ahead of time? Whether it's a male or a female. Let me just tell you all something. Sometimes, well, first of all, there's a myriad of reasons why people don't say something right off. Let me give you an example. When I was working at my job one time when I was in college, and I told you all this story before, when I was working at my job before in college, there was a man who was a white man who was my boss, and he was always saying little stuff that was inappropriate, and I felt uncomfortable. And so I had a talk with him one day. I asked him, could I speak to him privately? And I told him, I don't like the little jokes you crack. I don't think it's funny. It makes me feel uncomfortable, and I think it's inappropriate. So could you please stop doing it? You know what he said? He said, oh, she has morals, and threw up the air quotes. That's what he said. And he laughed. He laughed like it was a joke, but I was so serious. Okay, so me being a college student and wanting and needing my job, I said, okay, I'm just going to, just try to ignore it or whatever. This went on for months. Now, I could have said something right away too, but sometimes you think about the consequences. Maybe if I say something, I'm going to get fired. I'm black, he's white. They're going to surely take his word over mine. You think about what you stand to lose. You think about the ramifications. So sometimes that's why people don't say anything, okay? Until later when they build up the courage. Or they just get fed up and tired, which I did. So I finally reported him. And guess what? I got fired, just like I knew. But of course, I ended up suing them because I'm very litigious, honey. Even at an early age, I was always litigious. I took them to court. They ended up, well, we didn't actually go to court. They actually ended up settling. But nonetheless, I didn't say anything in the first place because I didn't want to lose my job because I knew that I had bills to pay. I knew that I was a struggling college student and all of that. And I said to myself, I don't have to work here forever. Maybe I can just get, my money saved up and then go somewhere else. I thought I could just deal with it. That's what people think sometimes. Now, that's just a regular person working a regular little job. Now, you put yourself in Christian shoes and you're an actor and you're trying to make a name for yourself and you're trying to get work in the industry and you know that some powerful person who has all this money, you have less, and then they can pull the strings. They can make phone calls and get you canceled. Look what happened to Monique. Look at what happened to Monique, blackballed for years, a whole decade. And Monique has an Oscar. Do y'all even think about stuff like that? Look what happened to Nate Parker. You all remember Nate Parker was doing good. He was in that movie, The Great Debaters, with Denzel and Journey Smollett. And then when he went to make that movie, Birth of a Nation, about Nat Turner, then they go dig up an old story where he was charged with assault back when he was in college to a Karen. He was acquitted. He was found innocent. The girl lied. But that didn't stop them. They brought that right back up and started talking about him again. And the reason they did so is because they wanted to shame his name and they wanted to throw dirt on his name because he was making a movie about a black slave who rebelled, who led a whole rebellion. And the sad thing is, we already know why the other people were doing it, but the people that looked like him, some of them were doing it too. It was one lady on Roland Martin's show. She was saying, well, he may have gotten acquitted, but I mean, there had to be something for them to have even charged him. She was just saying all this stuff. She clearly sounded like a whole fool. But what I'm saying is, here's what I'm going to tell y'all, and I've told y'all this 1,000 times. One thing that I do not like about black folk, that I absolutely love about white folk, is that black people can have 99 things. I want y'all to pay attention. Black people can have 99 things in common with you. You can agree on 99 out of 100 things. One little thing that you disagree on, well, a black person will throw you under the bus. That's what black people do. Now, of course, I'm not saying all black people, but most black people, that's what we do. And here's the thing. But with white people, they're so different. If white people have 99 things that they disagree on, all they need is one thing in common to stick together. That's why black people can't unite. That's why black people can't unite. I love that about white people, because no matter what, they can stand together even if they only got one thing in common. But black folk, you say one thing they don't like. Just like, for example, when I was going in on Bryshere. Now, all this other people I went in on and exposed, all this other stuff I said, they were fine with that. But then, because some of them like Bryshere, they got mad when I went in on him. And so here's the funny thing. Michi was going in on him before I was. But I see some of the people that fell out with me, they'll still watch Michi. They still be in Michi's chat. But you know why that is? Because Michi, I guess because he was talking trash about Michi too. But they kept telling me, well, Queen, I never heard him say anything about you. So what? If it's time to expose the frauds, they don't have to say anything about me. I'm going to expose them anyway. And quite frankly, that's not even true. He has said things about me. He just didn't call my name. He just didn't call my name. He was throwing subliminals. Okay? At the end of the day. But my whole thing is, some people literally got mad at me about that. Of course, I didn't care. I give 0 F's. But what I'm saying is that's what black folk tend to do. Okay? You say one thing that they disagree with. They want to just throw you under the bus. Oh, I'm done with you. You should have never said that. But everything else is all good. It's all so ridiculous. Okay? That's why black people can never get united. Terry King said, Queen, you got a point. Thank you, beloved. This is all true. Okay? The lovely T said, yes, most black folk will throw you under the bus. That's facts. Your own people. Exactly. Okay, Mr. Elevation said, clout chasing the Pharisees. Yes, beloved, that's all it is. That's all it is. And you know, the sad thing is, you would not see, if Christian was a white man and he was calling somebody out of his own people, no white people would be going in on him. Do you really think white people would be saying to him, oh, he's clout chasing. Oh, he just wants attention. They would not be doing it. I guarantee you they wouldn't be doing it. You know who does that? Niggard Negroes. That's who does it. Niggard Negroes, thirsty for clicks and views, especially the ones who make their entire living off ScrewTube. Pay attention. And then still buy cheap arse wigs that don't even stay on the front of their head. I mean, how's your wig sitting all the way back here, honey? Why? Your wig is upset with your hairline? I have questions. But anyway, I digress. Anyway. anyway, on to the next topic. Let's talk about Jeannie Mai, because I absolutely can't stand it. I can't stand it. I want you all to pay attention, because you all remember the late Kevin Samuels. You all remember how Kevin Samuels said Jeannie Mai was a high value woman. He didn't know nothing about Jeannie Mai, honey. So they're talking about Jeannie Mai as a high value woman. Well, let's talk about this high value woman. Like Jesus made a step, an upgrade by dating her. Please. All right. Please. Please. I knew that wasn't going to turn out good, because I know Jeezy from back in the day. All right. From being at the studio over there on Presidential Parkway, Block Entertainment. So let's get into it. Jeannie Mai raises fears about ex-Jeezy's unsecured firearms amid custody battle and denies gatekeeping daughter Monaco. Now I want y'all to pay attention. I want you all to pay attention. See, Jeannie Mai thinks she's slick. All these little Karens be thinking they're so slick, okay? Now she denied, here's the thing. Jeezy said maybe a week or so ago that she was trying to gatekeep their daughter from him. Okay, basically, like she's not letting him see the child when he wants to, basically. Now, with that all being said, we already know that vindictive, bitter, no good, mad women, butthurt, bit out of shape because the man dumped them. Yeah, we know how they do. A lot of them do that. They get mad because the man doesn't want them. And we all know that Jeezy went and filed for a divorce behind her back. She didn't even know. It hit her like a ton of bricks. So she's clearly pressed, as far as I'm concerned. Now, here's what she says. She said she's not gatekeeping the child, and she denied her estranged husband Jeezy's claims that she won't let him see their child. Amid their ongoing divorce case, the television personality said that she's been more than accommodating with their temporary schedule over custody of their 1-year-old daughter, Monaco. In new court documents obtained by TMZ, she submitted a response to the rapper's allegations that she is interfering with him spending time with their child, whom they welcomed in January of 2022. She also said she wants him to be involved in her daughter's life, but there's a but is concerned about him providing reasonable safety measures, and also made a brief mention about unsecured firearms. This is nothing but a deflection. This is nothing but her own little way of trying to explain her BS. Now, she knows good and darn well Jeezy has more sense than to leave firearms unsecured when his daughter is around. He probably doesn't even do that when the daughter isn't around. So why would she be worried about that? Girl, bye. She's not worried about that, I'm sure. I don't believe her. I think that's just her trying to say that so she can make it all make sense, so it won't look like she's being vindictive and scorned, which is clearly what she is, if you ask me. That's my opinion, and I'm standing on it. Now let me continue. And so she also said she wants him to be involved in the daughter's life, but's concerned about the unsecured firearms. Now, previously, Jeezy, whose full name is J. Wayne Jenkins, filed for divorce in September after 2 years of marriage together. Well, I wish Kevin Samuels was here to hear this. So much for high value. Now, in the filed paperwork, Jenkins requested for a hearing to sort out a temporary custody schedule, as he alleged that she has been keeping him from seeing their child. In response, she claimed that she has given him all the dates that he asked for and gave him an extended period of time with her over the Christmas holiday. She also stated that she believes they are strong candidates for the option to be sent to mediation by a judge to instead work out the conflict themselves. See, this is how you know she's a problem. I'm going to tell you how you know she's a problem right now. I'm going to tell you how you know she's a problem right now. First of all, if you're getting a divorce and you have a child or children with someone and you claim that it's amicable, which means there's no conflict, you're not mad and angry, nobody's beefing, why do you need to go to a judge for mediation for the concerns of the child? Why do you need to go sit down at a judge and have a mediation to decide how you're going to divvy up the time between the children? You can't just do that yourselves as reasonable adults. You can't do that when you're a person who's bitter. You can't do that when you're a person who's scorned. You can't do that when you're trying to be vindictive. I'm not saying she's any of those things, but I think she is. But let me continue. Now, goes on to say, She also stated that she believes they are strong candidates for the option to be sent to mediation by a judge to instead work out the conflict themselves. Okay, so the court document stated that she remains committed to facilitating and encouraging the involvement of Jenkins in their 1-year-old's life. She also said that she wants to foster an open, supportive, and safe environment for both parents to actively participate in Monica's life. However, her attorney said that she is concerned about the safety and security, but is absolutely not gatekeeping him from spending time with his daughter. Yes, you are, you witch. Yes, you are. Because here's the thing. Here's how you know that's exactly what she's doing. This ain't nothing but gaslight, deflecting, and manipulation at its finest. If she wasn't gatekeeping the child, she wouldn't have to be sitting here telling whoever she's talking to in this article. She wouldn't even have to be sitting there telling them that she's concerned, or her lawyers, that she's concerned about the daughter's safety. Because all she would have to do is go to Jesus and say, listen, okay, I don't mind you keeping Monica, whenever you want to keep her, but I don't want you having your firearms laying out unsecured. I'm concerned about that. That's all you got to do. What's he going to say? Oh, no, I'm going to leave the firearms laying out? Of course not. That's all she had to do. This is how you know she's being manipulative. R.G. Titan said manipulators like Jeannie will pull the wool over someone's eyes if that man isn't on point. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. She can't fool me, honey, because I know women like her. So then goes on to say, it is essential to clarify that Ms. Jenkins' insistence on reasonable safety measures being put in place. This is what her attorneys wrote in the legal paperwork. It's essential to clarify that. Now, they provided examples such as safely securing and locking away all firearms that have been unsecured in the past. I want y'all to pay attention. She said that have been unsecured in the past. Now, what is she saying here? What is she saying here? She's trying to paint a pattern. Oh, well, they've been unsecured in the past, so I have reason to believe that they'll be unsecured. Here's the thing. If they were unsecured in the past, when you all were married, that means he was living with you. And if they were unsecured then, well, why didn't you say something then? Why didn't you say something then? No, because she is gaslighting. I'm telling you. Why didn't she say something in the past? But now all of a sudden she's so concerned. Girl, bye. I never liked Jeannie Mai, straight up. I never liked her. Quite frankly, I'm glad they get a divorce, period. Okay? Now, having familiarity and properly trained caregivers is absolutely not gatekeeping, but rather a responsible effort to prioritize their daughter's well-being, according to the legal paperwork. Please sit down somewhere. Her attorneys added that safety and security, especially when under the care of others and traveling across the country, are reasonable protective measures. She doesn't want Jeezy to have their child around any other woman that he may be dating in the future. That's one of the problems. I guarantee you. She emphasized that it was not an attempt to restrict Mr. Jenkins' his access to their daughter. Sounds like it. His accusations came about 3 weeks after Jeannie filed her response to Jenkins's divorce petition and seemingly implied his infidelity, which would violate their prenuptial agreement. Here's the thing. If you knew that he was cheating, well, why weren't you the one filing for divorce? Make that make sense. Because I heard word on the street. They said she was the one cheating. I don't know who was cheating or if anybody even was. So I'm just telling you that they said she cheated with her ex. So my question is, if Jeezy was the one cheating and she knew, well, why wasn't she the one to go down there and sneak and file for divorce? Why was he the one that went and did it? Okay. Now you got all these complaints, girl, bye. Bye, Jeannie Mai. Okay. I don't like Jeannie Mai. I never did. Okay. She's always said little slick stuff about black men. Y'all have heard her. Pay attention. She has always said little slick stuff. So no, I don't like her. Anyway, let me continue. So with that all being said, let's talk about Jay-Z and Harvey Weinstein. Because I find it all so interesting. I find it all so interesting that Jay-Z was Ace Boone Coons, it looks like, with Harvey Weinstein? What's really going on, Jay-Z? I have questions. Harvey Weinstein misquoted Jay-Z in his statement about the sexual harassment allegations against him. On Thursday, October the 5th, the New York Times reported, and this is from 2017. On Thursday, October the 5th, the New York Times reported that there have been sexual harassment allegations against Hollywood producer Harvey Weinstein that go back decades, including an account from actor Ashley Judd. Now, what I want y'all to pay attention to is when all these allegations were flying all over the place, y'all think Jay-Z didn't know? Y'all think Oprah and Kale didn't know? Because this was an open secret in Hollywood and the film industry. Okay, it was an open secret. So many people knew. They said it had been going on for in excess of 3 decades. So I'm just saying all that to say they were friends with him anyway. They were friends with him anyway, but let me continue. So they go on to say, this is a statement from Harvey Weinstein. Says, I came of age in the 60s and 70s. I hope I don't have to cue the violins. Please pay attention. He says, I came of age in the 60s and 70s when all the rules about behavior in workplaces were different. That was the culture then. See, this is the thing right here. That's what gets me. When they know they've done some dirt and then they want to come and act like it's the culture. Isn't that what Rick Ross said? Something similar along those lines when he was talking about putting mollies in the drink and the woman didn't even know and all that stuff. Yeah. But anyway, predatorial talk. That's all I'm saying. I have since learned it's not an excuse. So you just now learned that with your old ace. I have just learned it's not an excuse in the office or out of it to anyone. I realized some time ago that I needed to be better, a better person, and my interactions with people I work with have changed. I appreciate the way I've behaved with colleagues in the past. I appreciate that it's caused a lot of pain, and I sincerely apologize for it. Though I'm trying to do better, I know I have a long way to go. That is my commitment. Take yourself right to jail and don't stop and go. That's where you need to go. My journey now will be to learn about myself and conquer my demons. Over the last year, I've asked Lisa Bloom to tutor me, and she's put together a team of people. I can't. This sounds just as ignorant as when people are being racist and biased and bigoted, and then they say, oh, yeah, we're going to have diversity training. Okay. He says, I've brought on therapists, and I plan to take a leave of absence from my company and deal with this issue head on. I so respect all women and regret what happened. I hope that my actions will speak louder than words, and that one day we will all be able to earn their trust and sit down together with Lisa to learn more. Then he quotes Jay-Z. Now I want y'all to hear this. Not quoting rap lyrics. Jay-Z wrote in 444, I'm not the man I thought I was, and I better be that man for my children. The same is true of me. I want a second chance in the community. That's not even what Jay-Z said, but let me continue. I want a second chance in the community, but I know I've got to do work to earn it. I've got to work to do the work to earn it. I have goals that are now priorities. Trust me, this isn't going to be an overnight process. I've been trying to do this for 10 years, and this is a wake-up call. I cannot be more remorseful about the people I have hurt, and I plan to do the right thing by all of them. I'm going to need a place to channel that anger, so I've decided that I'm going to give the NRA my full attention. I hope Wayne LaPierre will enjoy his retirement party. I'm going to do it at the same place that I had my bar mitzvah. I'm making a movie about our president. Perhaps we can make it a joint retirement party. 1 year ago, I began organizing a $5 million foundation to give scholarships to women directors at USC. Now he's trying to throw in like he's such a good humanitarian. Talk about he gave money. Please pay attention. Now, while this might seem coincidental, it has been in the works for a year. It will be named after my mom, and I won't disappoint her. It isn't a coincidence. He did this because he knew what was coming. This is signed October the 5th of 2017, honey. Right as the allegations hit the waves. hit their airwaves. Okay, please, Harvey, sit down somewhere. But hold on. Now let's talk about him and Jay-Z working together on this documentary. Yeah, here it is. Jay-Z, Harvey Weinstein talk Khalif Browder documentary at New York events. They say his death is here to teach us to save a generation of to save a generation of kids. This is what the rapper says of part of the 6-part series. It's hard to watch, but important to see. Innocent until proven guilty is the foundational tenet of American democracy, but no such protection existed for Khalif Browder, arrested in the Bronx at age 16 for allegedly stealing a backpack, unable to make bail, and held due to a prior offense. Browder spent over 1,000 days in pretrial detention at an infamous prison facility, Rikers Island. His case was later dismissed, but tragically, he took his own life at age 22, spurred by severe PTSD. Now, on Wednesday night, and let me see when this article came out, 2017. This was in March 2017. On Wednesday night, Jay-Z, executive producer of a new 6-part documentary series about Browder's life that debuted last week on Spike TV, discussed the project at Spike's New York studios, telling the crowd that this story lays bare a pressing need for criminal justice reform. His death is here to teach us to save a generation of kids. I say this about the movie. It's hard to watch, but important to see. Now, the rapper talked about Browder's life and the urgent importance of changing the prison system with another of the film's executive producers, Harvey Weinstein. The two were also joined by CBS anchor Gayle King, or as I love to call her affectionately, of course, Kale. So anyway, New Yorker writer and legal scholar Jeffrey Toobin, comedian Michael Che, and New York Times reporter Michael Schwartz, and others. They say Time and Punishment, a town hall discussion with Jay-Z and Harvey Weinstein. This aired live on Spike TV before the premiere of the 2nd episode of Time, the Khalif Browder story, which debuted earlier this year at the Sundance Film Festival. Okay, so I'm not even going to read all of this. I think you all get where I'm going with this. I think you all get exactly where I'm going. So y'all think Jay-Z didn't know that this man was a whole freak? Y'all think Jay-Z never heard about what this man was up to? I'm pretty sure he did. Okay. But here's the thing. Here's an article from October 2017. Is this why people of color are silent about Weinstein? Hollywood has been divided into 3 camps. There are the lost souls who stand by Harvey Weinstein in the midst of his sexual misconduct scandal, the actors and industry insiders who have spoken out against him, and the group of people who have said nothing, like Oprah. Remember that? When they asked Oprah about Harvey, and she had so much to say about Michael Jackson when she let those little lying thugs come on her platform. But when they asked her about Harvey, she said, oh, well, I think if we spend our time on Harvey, then the moment will be lost. Word salad. Anyway, goes on to say there are some who have spoken out against him, and a group of people who have said nothing. There is something particularly notable about the first 2 groups. Most of the people who have spoken out in an official capacity, regardless of whose side they're on, have been whites. So black folk got so much to say about Christian, about so many other people, R. Kelly, and all that. That's what you pay attention. Okay? I noticed this a long time ago. But anyway, with the exceptions of the Obamas, who are celebrities in their own right, no people of color have released formal statements condemning the film mogul. Isn't that something? Because they had a whole lot to say about R. Kelly. And now they got a whole lot to say about Diddy. Now, as for me, and I'm one of them, but as for me, I went in on Harvey Weinstein. And hold on, we'll get to that in a second. Black celebs like Issa Rae and Lakeith Stanfield have thrown shots on Twitter, but other than that, the conversation has been dominated by whiteness. It's very possible that many of the celebrities who have been silent on this issue, regardless of race, have chosen to do so because they don't want to involve themselves in this mess. But for people of color, Black people specifically, I think there is something deeper at play than celebrities exercising their human right to mind their own business. Black communities have a complicated relationship with sexual assault. They have also been engaged in their own uphill battle in show business. That combination has created less than ideal circumstances for Black folks to insert themselves into the conversation about Weinstein. Now, BuzzFeed senior culture writer Bim Adewumi published an amazing opinion piece on Wednesday, diving into the racial politics of F-ability. That's what it is, F-ability, like buck ability, but with an F. Okay, in Hollywood. She argues in this that the standard for casting created a double-edged sword for women in the industry. Black women are excluded from acting opportunities for not meeting executive standards of desirability, while the white women who make it to those meetings find themselves at the mercy of men like Weinstein. In an industry with its own racism that has already limited the chances for Black women to succeed, keeping their heads down and mouths shut about the experiences of those who have made it feels like a requirement. So that's Black people's excuse. And it's not just women. For days, I've waited to hear from Jay-Z, whose relationship with Weinstein has been public knowledge. Last autumn, the rapper and businessman signed a 2-year deal with Weinstein's company to produce projects for both television and film. One outcome of the deal was the 6-part docuseries, Time, the Khalif Browder story, which aired on Spike TV earlier this year. While it's possible that the terms of his agreement with the company named after Weinstein prevent him from speaking on the issue, the magnitude of Beyonce's husband saying nothing at all felt overwhelming. Even still, I understand it. For all the power that Jay-Z wields in the music industry with his decades-long rap career, Tidal streaming platform, and marriage to the greatest living entertainer, the gates of Hollywood are still kept by white dudes like Weinstein. Jay's spot on the Forbes list be damned. His connection with the producer is going to play a vital role in these crossover efforts. And I'm not sure that the man whose last album expressed his commitment to multi-generational wealth is willing to give up on those endeavors. It's difficult enough for Black folks to talk about sexual assault, despite the overwhelming evidence against people like Bill Cosby and R. Kelly. I can still count on some members of my own community to emphasize, allegedly, or flat out declare he ain't do the shite when the accusations brought against either of the men came up. Speaking out against these powerful men when they hold the keys to the castle is even harder. So yeah, exactly my point. Let me tell you all something, because I got so sick and tired of it. Now, mind you, I felt like R. Kelly was absolutely guilty and clearly nefarious. And I did mention R. Kelly, but what I really mentioned was Harvey. And the reason I really mentioned Harvey Weinstein is because, like they said, the only people I saw talking slick about Harvey Weinstein on the internet was white folk. I didn't see any Black folk doing videos about him, airing him out, expressing their opinions or any of that. I didn't see it. But they all had so much to say about R. Kelly. But here's the thing. I'm sorry, but Weinstein was doing this a whole lot longer than R. Kelly, and had a whole longer list of victims. So I sat on my Facebook Live. I wasn't on YouTube back then, but I was on Facebook on a live. And I remember I conducted court that day, okay? I called out all the stuff that Harvey Weinstein was accused of, and I asked, how come none of you all are talking about this, but you have so much to say about R. Kelly? And I find it interesting because the only reason that any of them were saying anything about R. Kelly is because of that nefarious documentary. Because we already knew what R. Kelly was doing for years. We saw what happened in the 90s when that film surfaced of him and that girl. So nobody was mad then. They were still buying his records. They were still going to his concerts. Nobody was mad. But then, when the documentary came out, and then he started being all over the mainstream media, all of a sudden, Black people want to get all upset. You know what I call that? Selective outrage for one, but foolishness for two. Because here's the thing. If you're so mad at R. Kelly, why did you wait until they got mad at him? until they told us to be mad at them. Why do you just get mad in the 90s? Why do you get mad before all this stuff came out? Why didn't you get mad before they made that documentary? Well, because Black people tend to let the others tell us what to do and how to do it. That's why they'll sit here and tell you all, how come you all are not protesting against Palestine? That's what they'll sit there and tell. Every time something happens, they act like we got to come and defend everybody, but nobody comes to defend us. Some of y'all fall for it repetitively. And I found it also interesting, but let me tell you what I did for dramatic effects. I read a list of Harvey Weinstein's victims. It was 82 women. Now, it was actually more than that, but the 82 women were the ones that were bold enough to come forward. 82 women. That makes him, in my opinion, a serial predator. And I read every one of those 82 names on my live, not just for dramatic effect, but to drill it into people's heads. Because how long does it take somebody to read 82 names? That takes you a minute. And I wanted them to see this man did all of this over a period of 3 decades plus. And all these women, and this isn't even all of them, some of them are too afraid to come out still. But y'all got so much smoke for R. Kelly. And y'all sitting there talking about y'all gonna stop listening to R. Kelly's music. No, I'm not. Lies you're telling. And the reason I'm not going to stop listening to R. Kelly's music is because who stopped listening to Elvis's music when he married Priscilla Presley when she was 14 and he was 24? How many of them stopped listening to Jerry Lee Lewis's music when he married his own 13-year-old cousin when he was 23? How many of them are still, well, everybody still plays the Star Spangled Banner at every game? Even though the song is racist, they just leave out the third verse conveniently. So if they can still sing the Star Spangled Banner at every game when it's clearly racist, and they just alleviate that third racist verse about the slaves and all that, they're going to still sing it. So you think I'm not going to listen to R. Kelly? R. Kelly is one of the greatest, as far as I'm concerned, most talented musicians ever. So no, I'm not throwing away my R. Kelly CDs. Y'all can sit down somewhere. Okay? Can sit down somewhere. I don't approve of what he did, but that don't have anything to do with his talent as far as I'm concerned. If they can put up statues and monuments of Confederate soldiers who were clearly nefarious, of slave owners, if they can have statues of Leopold II who committed genocide in the Congo, I'm talking about killed at least 11 million people over there that look like me. Now they can put up statues and monuments here, but I'm not supposed to listen to R. Kelly. Please sit down somewhere. Please sit down somewhere. Let me put up this brief clip of Jay-Z and Harvey. Lights up, everyone. Please like and share.
To watch, but important to see.
Yeah,
I've seen the links before they air, and every time I've seen them hundreds of times, and it still moves me the same way.
That is so well said. That it's hard to see, but important to hear.
But millions of people are watching it. That's the important
It's hard to see, but important to watch.
Yeah.
You did like a George Bush thing there with my words.
Now, Jay-Z, why again were you working with Weinstein? I'm sure you knew who he was. I'm sure you knew about him. You heard about him, okay? But see, I'm going to tell you something. Jay-Z, does he have morals? Well, I don't think so. I don't think Jay-Z has morals. I don't think so, and here's why. First of all, do you all remember why Dame Dash fell out with Jay-Z? Because he was upset when Jay-Z did that tour called The Best of Both Worlds with R. Kelly, knowing that R. Kelly, what he had done to Aaliyah. Now, at the time, we didn't all know what he'd done to Aaliyah. Now, we knew that he married her when she was 15 and that they got somebody to lie about her age and all of that. That was bad enough. But Dame said that he R-worded Aaliyah. And Jay-Z knew this. And he still did the concert. Did the tour with R. Kelly. So that's why Dame Dash didn't want to fool with him. So it's safe to say that Jay-Z doesn't have a problem with predators. And that's just what it looks like. That's just what it looks like to me. Now, with that all being said, let me go to some of this footage. So here's the thing. I want you all to pay attention. Because Jaguar Wright had said something about Bryshere Gray from Empire. Remember that when Jag said that he left running from Jada and Will's house? So I'm going to pull up a couple of clips from Jaguar. Hold on. First of all, no, let me let you all see what Cassidy had to say. Cassidy the rapper. I want you all to listen to this. Because he is absolutely right. Please pay attention.
Plus, I'm really in the industry, and I know there's a lot more niggas that's not in jail. They might not be on trial, but they did the same shit or way worse shit than R. Kelly. Our niggas still blasting their music. So we can't just, like, pick and choose who you want to be angry at. Like, you know what I'm saying? You answered that very well. And if we gonna be mad at everybody that did a crime, then you might as well just turn off the music, turn off the radio, like all the fucking streaming sites gotta shut down, because there's only gonna be like 1% of the people left.
No lies detected. So you know what he was telling you all, if you read between the lines? He was basically telling y'all the whole music industry is effed up. Most of the people in the music industry, as far as he's concerned, clearly do the same stuff R. Kelly did. Now, are y'all surprised about that? That's what he was saying. He said it's only going to be about 1% left. You'd have to turn off everybody's music. Because there's some that did the same and worse. And he was probably talking about Diddy. Pay attention. Pay attention. All right. He was dropping gems right there. Y'all didn't even know. Y'all didn't even know. This is all nefarious. Timberdan said no lies detected. Okay, peace. Peace said go Queen Ahmadiyyah. Thank you, beloved. April said demonic industry. Yes. Absolutely. Okay, so now I'm looking for that Jaguar Wright video. I have two of them. I'm going to play this one. Now, this is one where Jaguar and her husband, hold on. Let me see something real quick. This is one where Jaguar and her husband went to Arizona. Okay, she said she went there to see Bryshere Gray. Here we go.
I just called Andrea Berry. And I think she got me on the block list. You know, there's a few people got me on the block list, and I get it. But Andrea Berry is the mother of Bryshere Gray. Some of y'all know him as Yaz the Great. Bryshere, I've talked to your stepfather, Larry Lair. Understandably, we're both very concerned. Currently, right now, my husband and I are in Goodyear. I wasn't trying to tell everybody exactly why I was in Arizona. But yes, we come to see you, okay, sweetheart? Me and my husband just want to make prayer with you and wish you all the best. We're going to be in Goodyear for another 6 hours. Understand, I'm possibly putting my life in jeopardy even saying this. But I've been waiting to make prayer with you for almost 3 years now. Ain't it been about 2-3 years now, babe? And I'm going to make prayer with you while I'm here. I specifically came to Goodyear to make prayer with you. Now, I done called your mama. I said, I think she got me on the block list. Yes, I need you to DM me or call your stepdad, Larry Ladd, and get my phone number. 6 hours. We'll be here in Goodyear, Arizona. I come to make the prayer with you. You already know how I feel about what's been done to you. But God told me to come out here. So I'm here. Hit me up. And it's a joint. Well, it's not a joint technically. It's a spliff. See, I told you I'd be making my own. Y'all don't want to believe me. So yeah, yes. Just hit.
Okay, so she went to see Yaz, so she says, and his mother had her blocked. Okay, likely because she said something about him running from Will Smith and Jada's house. But hold on, you all remember that video that I showed you all? I thought it was time to show that again. You all remember that clip that I showed you all? That video I showed you all with Tyler Perry laying hands on TD Jakes. So let's get into it.
I feel about when Tyler Perry came to his church and laid hands on him and he caught the Holy Spirit from Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry is the bishop of what?
Hey,
Like,
talking
I've never,
about
and I cut a check for $100. I'm gonna lay my hands on your bishop, and he said, and then the bishop said, it's on the internet. He's doing all of this, right? And then there's a woman on the dais screaming, push the baby out. Push that baby. Push the. Are we in church? Like a lost scene from Eyes Wide Shut.
And Jaguar wasn't lying. Check of $1 million from Perry.
I pray the blood of Jesus will come upon you right now. Keep you in his hair. God, I thank you for your blessing.
Okay.
He's pushing that baby out. Somebody is pushing that baby out. Somebody.
Yo, and push. Man, they mess with our celebrities, boy.
I was just in a dark place.
Surfaced of Diddy and TD Jakes at Jakes' birthday party, and fans speculated that Diddy's hand gesture, rapper turned pastor who was signed to Bad Boy and who spent decades fighting with Diddy to get his publishing rights back. And Diddy rapped in the late 90s. However, for the longest time, Diddy claimed he doesn't owe Mace anything because they only did one album together, and he also tried to disparage Mace's
Album with Mace. One album. How much money do you think I owe this guy? People.
But isn't it ironic that Diddy calls Mace a fake pastor and a con artist when he had time responding to Diddy? And he said that Diddy and his bishop, TD Jakes, are used by the devil aggressively.
If the devil can use him aggressively, then I want you to know God can use me aggressively. The mass organized effort to slander my name behind the scenes. I went through every step on to his bishop. His bishop declined to mediate this situation. So why should we keep these same gatekeepers with our talents against us for their own gain?
Okay, so there you have it. These people, you know, I really cannot take them seriously. They are a joke. Sitting up in their church, just putting on a theatrical performance. That's all that is, okay? He all laid back like he's laid out on the cross. Like, sit down somewhere. This is all blasphemous as far as I'm concerned, okay? They better stop playing with God, honey. But let me continue. Look at this brief clip of Diddy.
I think I owe him something. Show me the receipt. You get paid in 24 hours.
The settlement comes one day after word of the lawsuit was filed where she accused him of sexual assault.
Now, 50's messy behind posted that. 50 posted that. It said if somebody think he owes him something, you tell him to bring him the receipt, you get paid in 24 hours. Well, I guess Cassie brought those receipts. All right. And somebody tell me what's going on with Beyonce right here. Look at Beyonce's eyes.
Sometimes it's overwhelming. Why did God give me my talent, my gift, my family? But I know you're not supposed to question God. So I'm grateful for the life He
He's given me. I'm so grateful. I'm alive and I'm living a dream.
I'm gonna tell you like this, quite frankly. I keep telling you all, if you haven't seen Rosemary's Baby, and if you have seen it a long time ago, please go back and watch it. In Rosemary's Baby, it should tell you everything you need to know about these people, okay? It should tell you everything you need to know. And there's a line in the movie where she says, devils, all of them devils. That's when she realized it. Every last one of them is devils. She thought some of them were on her side. She could confide in them, tell them what her husband was up to. When he sold his soul to the devil so he could become a rich and famous actor, she found it out, and she's telling some people that she thought was with her. But they were devils too. That's when she figured it out. She was like, devils, all of them devils. Yeah, that's in real life. That's in real life. That's why nobody should be surprised ever when we hear these nefarious things about these celebrities. At the end of the day, most of them are devils. That's just a fact.
Backlash over this because August was sick and struggling with addiction when the Smiths offered to help him.
Because for me, that was the thing when Aug first came around, he was really sick.
He was really sick, yeah.
And the outpouring for him from our family was initially about his health.
Yeah.
August also had no family support system and no one he could turn to. His brother Melvin was shot and killed just 3 days before August's 18th birthday. And then in December 2018, August's sister, Chandra, died from cancer. Meanwhile, August also became estranged from his mom, and he later shared that part of the reason their relationship was strained is because he was essayed as a child by someone close to him. And though he pleaded with his mom not to tell anyone, she shared it with random people in the neighborhood.
Thinking, so are you also gonna expose the fact that you have molested me when I was in your presence as a kid? You know, I remember asking my moms to not say nothing, to hold that down, and to, you know, keep that secret. And not even a day later, random people tell me, oh, yeah, you know, your mama said this.
So as you can see, August was in a very vulnerable place when he met Will and Jada. So the fact they allegedly used this to lure him into a sexual relationship is extremely disturbing. But it gets even more disturbing because Jaguar Wright claimed in her viral interview with Real Life Productions last year that both Will and Jada do weird things in their house and that plenty of young men have run away from that house screaming. Jaguar even dropped some names, and one of the young men she claimed was victimized by Will and Jada was Bryshere Gray.
They're both bisexual. They do weird things in their house, and young men have left their house screaming to get away from them in their mentorship. Meek Mill, Bryshere Gray left that house screaming. August the only one that stayed, and I guess he was really sick. He needed a dog.
Hey, man.
And that was their kid's friend.
But it gets worse because Jaguar suggested in a recent interview that Will might have done something to his son Jaden, and that this could be the reason Jaden asked to be emancipated at 15.
These people have collectively, including Will Smith, let's not leave him out. Why your son hate you? Why does your son hate you? What did you do to Jaden?
Obviously, these are some serious accusations. However, Will and Jada never threatened to sue Jaguar for defamation. And yet, they were very quick to threaten a lawsuit against Will's former assistant, Brother Bilal, who claimed he saw Will having sex with Dwayne Martin. So Jada and Will were more upset about Brother Bilal exposing Will for having consensual intercourse with a man than Jaguar accusing them of essaying boys.
Let me tell you all something. Speaking of Brother Bilal, he's supposed to be back on. Tasha K did another interview with him. Now, when I saw the clip, I think it was on the Neighborhood Watch. When I saw the clip of the interview, he was basically telling Jada, because remember, after he said all that stuff about Will and Dwayne Martin, and then Jada went on the Breakfast Club to address it, which I thought was interesting, because why didn't Will go on there? The allegations were against Will. Why didn't Will say anything? But no, Jada went on there, and she said it was all lies and that they're going to be suing, they're going to get lawyers and all this. They ain't getting nothing. Where's your lawsuit? Sounds like Wig to me. Remember, Wig said all that foolishness. But so now he said that he gave Jada 2 more weeks to file a lawsuit against him. And he said if she didn't file the lawsuit, he's going to drop some more receipts. So, honey, I haven't seen the interview. Has anyone seen the interview? Has anyone seen that interview with Brother Bilal, the new interview with Tasha K and Brother Bilal? Nobody's seen it. I wonder what tea he spilled this time, honey. I'm nosy. I'm nosy. Love Her said, where's Will? That's a good question, beloved. Everybody saying they haven't seen it. Well, I think she already aired it on her network. Patsy Lola said, did Jaguar try to join the alphabet community? Join? How do you join, beloved? Do you put in the application? What do you do? Either you're in it or you're not. Now, she did say that she was bi, so it looks like she's already a member as far as I'm concerned. I saw her say that I heard her say that on a video not too long ago. I heard he called Jada a bald-headed dope fiend. He did. He absolutely did, OG Patrice. Yes, he did. He called her a bald-headed dope fiend. He went in on Jada. Now, where's Will to slap him? Because remember, Chris Rock said a whole lot less. And he said it as a joke. He slapped the taste out of Chris Rock. Is he going to slap Brother Bilal? Timber Dan said they're accepting applications. Call the toll-free number 1-800-LGBTQAI. Oh, y'all are all crazy. But anyway, let me get up out of here, okay? Hold on. Looks like I have one more video. Now, what is this? Let me see if this last video is. Oh, this is YK Osiris. Now, here's the thing. You all know Bryshere Gray and YK Osiris, have been accused of or have been said to have been victims of one of Will and the other of Diddy. Now, they say something about Bryshere Gray and Will and Diddy, and then and YK Osiris, they were saying something about him and Diddy. And, some people are coming out talking about a blind item, saying they're going to sue, that they one of them filed a $50 million lawsuit and all that so crazy. So let me tell y'all something. I do not want to hear nothing about no blind items. To me, that's just some bullshit that people make up. Okay, if you come on here talking about some stuff that nobody else ever heard, and you don't have a valid source that you can say you got it from, even if you don't want to specifically name the source, and you just talk about a blind item, let me tell you, whoever made that up is somebody who's just telling lies, okay? That's all that is. That's just something people use when they have some unfounded, baseless claims that they want to put out there. They say, oh, this blind item says, but yet no one seems to know where the blind item came from. Please miss me with it. I don't deal with blind items. I deal with facts. I deal with facts and my opinion. Okay, I don't need any blind items and all this foolishness. I don't know who made that crap up. But yeah. Anyway, let me continue because, like I said, this is YK Osiris. Now, some of the stuff that him and Diddy were doing did look a bit suspect to me. And I, quite frankly, feel like Diddy's a whole groomer of males and females. So that's what it looked like. Please pay attention.
They always want you to, what these rappers, all these singers, all these big rappers y'all look up to, they always tell you what the good part about, but they never tell you what the bad part. And that's crazy, man. Yeah, they got all this money, but they dealing with emo spirits.
You struggling? You struggling? With them push-ups?
I don't know more. You owe me 60 bands, and you have to perform the song right now in the crib. What are we talking about? What are you talking about? I'm giving you an out.
The music industry is getting exposed like never before, and now YK Osiris is sharing his story on how he suffered a mental breakdown after allegedly being used and passed around by Diddy and Drake. Rumors about YK being Diddy's boy toy started circulating after they reportedly went to Jamaica together. Meanwhile, YK also started spending a lot of time at Drake's mansion, and he even got Drake's brand tattooed on him. But then YK shocked fans when he shared an alarming video saying he wants to end his life, and he also talked about the demonic spirits in the industry. So what really happened to YK Osiris? Did Diddy and Drake really do something to him that caused his breakdown? Let's get into it.
I want to get out this music industry because this is not for me, but I do it because I feed my family. But I don't want to be in this. This is not what God wants me to do.
Disturbing rumors are going around that YK Osiris was victimized by Diddy and Drake, and fans are speculating that this is why YK suffered a mental breakdown. YK rose to prominence in 2018 after his song Valentine went platinum and prompted Def Jam to sign him. He released one album under Def Jam, The Golden Child. However, the project was a flop, and Def Jam dropped him from their roster in 2022. However, about a year before that, YK already started making headlines with his close friendship with Diddy. Fans noticed that YK and Diddy were hanging out a lot, and after they allegedly took a trip to Jamaica together in early 2021, rumors started swirling around that YK Osiris is Diddy's new boy toy. YK reshared this shirtless photo that Diddy posted on his IG, and he added praying heart emojis, which got fans wondering what YK was being grateful for. He also shared this since-deleted post of him getting a massage with the caption, "Listening to Diddy in B2K, eating that good fruit in the beautiful weather." And then there was this photo, which was also later deleted, and which fans speculated was taken by Diddy. Now, just months before this trip, YK shared that he was selling all his expensive cars, and he also later told The Breakfast Club that he blew all his money after the success of his single, Worth It. So when fans saw YK taking this luxury trip to Jamaica, they assumed someone else was paying for it. One fan said, "I thought this kid was gonna blow. He had some bops when he first came on the scene. Then it was like, unless you followed him, you really didn't hear much about him. Now all of a sudden he's popping up more." I'm really starting to believe that any black guy that stays in those social circles, especially around Diddy's disgusting acts, are being used by men in the industry. Those who fall out.
Well, there you have it. At the end of the day, honey, I would not trust Diddy. And then Diddy knows that young man is doing bad financially too. Now he said, I just want you all to pay attention to how many of these young people, males and females, have breakdowns, resort to substance abuse, whether it's drugs or alcohol, just all kinds of crazy things. Talk about taking their lives and all that stuff. Yes, it's traumatizing. The things that some of them go through absolutely is. I believe it. I'm inclined to think that something did happen to him just from listening to it. It's all crazy. Oh, so crazy. But anyway, the end of the day, he said that life is not for him. Well, I sure wouldn't be in it. Queen, remember Lil Jerome? He was signed to Bad Boy and had a nervous breakdown at age 11. He left the industry. I just talked about him the other day, beloved. I actually talked about him the other day, about maybe 3 days ago. Yep. Yeah, because what's his name? Mark Curry, the one who used to be a songwriter for Bad Boy, he said that the child stripped off his clothes and then ran outside or ran somewhere. It was all crazy. And then he was laughing about it, which I didn't see anything funny, and said that he pulled a Martin or something like that. Just all crazy. Re-Educated Soul said Queen did a whole piece on him. I sure did, beloved. Okay, Mad Dog Jack said, I wouldn't trust Drake either. I don't. Oh, honey, I've seen Drake do plenty of suspicious things, okay? I've seen him with my own 2 eyes. So anyway, with that all being said, everyone please get those likes up. Please like and share. Thank you all for tuning in once again. All right, please like and share. We have 491 people in the chat. So let's get the likes to match the number of people in the chats. Okay, so with that all being said, I hope you all enjoy the rest of this lovely day. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
Hey, yo, Nick, hit him with that flavor.
Soul all in my skin. God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther. Shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people. I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations. America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now.
That's
See
right.
a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy.
Real slick.
I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece. This time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my soul. circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin? God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got